back again to draw some pets. Today we're starting with the sketch we started yesterday. I believe this puppy is named Pablo. So let's see my sketch here. Okay, that's not so bad. I was worried that I'd come back and be totally disgusted with what I did, but you know what, this is looking actually pretty cute. So let's get started with painting. So I'm going to put in a background. First, let's check the composition. I think that's fine. Maybe like a smidgen lower, just so that Pablo's face kind of hits that sweet spot there for composition. And we'll make the tail a little bit longer. Okay, let's start with some paint. So Pablo is this beautiful reddish brown color. So let's bring our color wheel around this way. Okay, let's test this color out. Okay, there's something. I'll put this up here. I do like that color. I'm gonna put it there to save it. I'm gonna color pick this color. So I was pretty close, I think. I think that's a nice little palette we have going on, so I'll use that. And maybe I'll make the nose and eyes like a cooler black color, so that way they kind of play off the features a little bit. So let's do a little bit of mixing, if I can, to get like a middle of the road color. Wow, that matches pretty good. And let's fill in, yes, on this layer, let's fill in, let's move it down though. Pablo's shape, trim around the edges. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's a sunny day here. Enjoying a nice breeze, so it's not nearly as humid as it was the past couple of days. And I hope everybody's getting breaks away from your computer if you're sitting at a computer all day, or if you're standing all day, maybe you get to sit down, switch it up. I like this little foot, like when dogs lie down and their little feet are showing under their knees. It's very cute. Okay, so we have a base color. So now I'm going to pull this lighter color and we're going to make this sketch a lot less visible. And we're going to start painting in some of the lighter features. I'm going to pull the reference down closer to, let's see, where can I put this? Where my hand won't be in the way. Maybe right underneath. We'll try that. I'll zoom in. Zoomed in too much. There we go. This will be my roadmap a little bit. So we want some brighter colors here, showing kind of outlining where Pablo's brow is. Let's try something here. So what I'm doing is I'm making it so one color picker, like I have two colors selected and I can swap between the lighter and the darker color more easily. I haven't been doing that, but it's a good way to be a bit more flexible with your color picking. Okay. You can tell I get a bit more quiet when I'm really concentrating. on what I'm looking at. Oops, wrong color. I should draw the eyes in so I know what I'm doing. Do that in a moment. Top of the ears light. We've got some light fur going on the body behind the ear. Let's see, we've got like some scruff lightness going on here too, and some fur. There we go. A little bit on here. Maybe we'll use a little bit to show off the shape of the head here too. Now I'll pull a darker color. Oops, got the wrong thing selected here. There we go. So I'm gonna actually, maybe I'll do the eyes now since I was talking about that. So I'm gonna pull this color down here so it's a lot cooler. I don't want it to be like completely opposite, I don't think, because that will really pop out too much. Oh, I was on the wrong layer again. Classic. So what do? We select what we want to keep. And cut and paste and move it to the right spot. I think it was there. And now we can keep going. So I'm going to move this over here for now, maybe. Actually, maybe I'll flip the whole canvas. And that way I can work on it. I don't remember how to do that. Maybe I won't. I'll leave it alone. I'm scared of doing something and then not being able to figure out how to get it back. Okay. So, let's see. So Pablo's eyes are kind of looking up at whoever's taking the photograph. Probably wondering why they're pointing a camera or phone or whatever right at him. I mean, such a cute dog. I'm sure Pablo's used to having pictures taken, but still, it's not as fun as getting a treat, probably, I'm assuming. Maybe I should grab this color. Pablo's eyebrows, like, what are you doing? You told me to lie down and I'm doing it, but what's in it for me? So let's get the nose in here. So this side of the nose is in shadow, and then this side's a lot lighter, like the top. And then I've kind of got this kind of shape going on. Let's get a darker color here. It gets really dark on the front. I don't need the sketch already. Okay, so now we need a little mouth, a little lip underneath, wondering where the snacks are. It's a little bit grayer under here, not too much. There, like a more muted kind of color right where the front of the face is. And then there's this highlight color defining that whole bottom of the face. I'm gonna pull one of these nice reddish colors. Clean up this edge here. Oh, another one layer. Let's combine these. Okay. Now I can do some drawing with the eraser. So this is a technique you can do with an eraser in traditional media as well. You just kind of draw the shapes you see with the eraser to remove marks, and that's a good technique to use to fine-tune things, or if you want some like blades of grass or pieces of fur or something and you went too dark, you can draw with your eraser to pull them back out. Okay, so under here is pretty dark. Actually, the whole ear is pretty dark. And I need to put a background in this so I can see what I'm doing better. There's this nice dark shadow on Pablo's body and underneath his ear, so that really helps define the shapes around that area. Okay, maybe I'll see if I can pull one of these colors, these darker colors. There we go. And we can get some mid-tone here. Very cute. I think I went a bit too low with that, so let's just tidy that up a little bit. Okay, so zoom out. Okay, where else do we see these dark colors? We see them, pull that sketch back in. We see them here, where the leg connects to the body. And to define the little toesies and the little nails. And grab that, and we'll use that up here too for the little nails. Can't believe I'm not eating treats right now. That's what I think Pablo's saying, but it's also what I'm saying right now. Why am I not eating treats right now? Okay. A little light under the chin. Let's erase out some of this extra. Okay, and I'll get that brown color again, and we'll get these nails, get the nails done. got some definition here. With this color. Yeah, I really like this rich brown here. I might stick that in a few other areas too. I need a bigger brush. Yeah, be wary of accidentally using a small brush because it might give you some marks you don't want when you want really big strokes. And I'll put some mark making here just to give that fur feel. Get some shadow on this leg. And over here, this leg is a lot darker there. And then this leg, this whole leg is kind of in that same shadow. Okay, I need to put in a background. I don't know why I've waited this long. Okay, so what color is the background here? Kind of yellow. Maybe let's make it a little bit more green. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So let's get a darker color. And then this can be Pablo shadow to kind of ground Pablo here. Oops. There we go. Okay, maybe we'll do even a darker color. Let's pull this one and we'll do even like a darker color, kind of as a like a frame. Maybe not. Just something so people don't get lost off the edges. Okay, and I think I just want to do some highlights and then we'll call it there. So I want to take this color and see if it's light enough, because we want to really, no, I'm going to go a little bit lighter because we want to really, I'm on the wrong layer. My mistake. Oh yeah, okay, that's nice. Okay, so I'm just defining some areas of like highlight, and this kind of helps make the piece a bit more like pop a little bit more, and just adds a little bit of extra definition to what we're seeing. I'm going to erase this shape because it's kind of weird and doesn't appear in the photograph. And then we'll do some highlights of the back of the head. Hi Wendy. Yeah, we're almost done with Pablo here. I'm just doing some final little highlights. I'm gonna put some highlights, even though we don't see highlights in Pablo's eyes in the photograph. I'm gonna put a couple in because that really draws your attention to the eyes and kind of gives a life to the drawing. There's like highlights on his nose here, and maybe a couple of details of his little whiskers. I think that's a bit not what we're looking for here. I'll pull a bit of more dark on the ear here. Actually, I think I'm gonna make Pablo's this eye a little bit bigger. See what we think of it. Not that much bigger, that's ridiculous. Okay, come here. Let's zoom in. I think that makes a bit more sense. So I'm gonna fix this up. Let's get some more of this. No, not that color. Get some more of this darker color here. Shade around this eye. And around this eye, a little bit darker. Put a bit of highlights on back here too, because there are some. I just don't want to pull too much attention to Pablo's butt, whereas we're supposed to be kind of focusing a bit more on his face. You know what I mean? Put a little bit of attention on here. Got that shadow here. We want the shadow here. Bit of shadow here. So now I'm just kind of making sure, like when I zoomed out and looked at it, I felt like we weren't seeing enough of the colors where I wanted them, I suppose. So now I'm just trying to tidy up some shapes and things like that. Okay. Final look. Maybe a couple of little highlighty fur details here and here and here. I didn't get a chance to do a ton of attention on the little paw that I like so much. Okay. All right, I'll call that one done. Thank you, Pablo, you're adorable. And let's make a new folder, and this will be for 12. And we'll see who it is. So number 12 is, boop, Roxy. Looks like Roxy got to go maybe to the beach or somewhere with some sand, getting outdoors, which is always fun. Okay, so we'll start out with my regular purpley color to begin. Chrissy says beach babe for sure. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's see. We gotta. So I think, is this a Pomeranian? My mother-in-law has a Pomeranian, And they have that really, like, they look like a puppy forever. Like, you can never tell how old they are. Well, except for in my mother-in-law's dog's case, her Pomeranian has, I think, one tooth left. So he's looking a lot older now with his no teeth, but he's still got that puppy eyes and the puppy snout and all that stuff. So, okay, so the head. One thing that's cute, like really cute about Pomeranians is like their head is so big for their body. And I think a big part of that is all the fur and the floof they've got going on. And they have just like this sort of teddy bear-esque face. Like they look so cuddly. And that tongue hanging out, having a great day at the beach. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to be having a day at the beach right about now? Okay. Yes, her name is Roxy. Okay, we gotta see, and the important thing is trying to get these markings accurate. Because it's like Roxy isn't just one solid color. Roxy has like interesting black facial markings, almost like a little bit like a mask, almost like a two-sided like mask. No, it's okay, Wendy. Like I might have said it. I'm not sure, but I always appreciate you telling me what these puppies' names are, puppies and kitties' names are, because it helps me to talk to them while I'm drawing them. Which is not, I don't know if every artist does this. This might just be, like, I mean, I'm streaming, so I want to be saying something, and I think talking to the art might help. And then Roxy's tail is coming up and floofing. It looks like it's kind of coming towards us, and it's almost like the back of the tail has the dark color, and then like the bottom has the light color coming, like floofing up. So I'm just kind of imagining what the little feet are looking like. I'll make this one smaller and daintier, because that's one thing I noticed about the Pomeranian I know, Benji, is just that their paws look so tiny. So tiny. So yeah, we'll do that. The Jill again says, super cute. I have no idea how you make this look so easy. Yeah, it's just years and years and like literal decades of practice is all it comes down to. Oh, and Chrissy says, I definitely cooed over cats when I do the $1 cat art streams. Yeah, for sure. It's just you get to see these pets and they're so cute. Okay, so I'm going to start with the background like I should always do, to give me something to work from. So I like the idea that it's sand. So let's see what these sand colors look like. So they're very desaturated, which makes sense, but maybe we want it to be like a little bit more saturated just because Roxy's gonna be fairly black and white, and it'll make that pink tongue pop. See, I'm doing that thing where I'm using too small of a brush to do a big job. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to see what kind of black we have going on Roxy here. So it's almost like a really cold black. Oh, it ranges. So yeah, maybe we'll pick like a magenta black and start from there. Okay, let's move you down here, Roxy. I need you on this side so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to make this sketch layer much more faint. And let's see if we can get this face right. So I'm gonna start with the nose. And Roxy's face is kind of tilted a little bit to the side. So I'm gonna move that over that way a little bit. I'm gonna make this smaller. So let's get these eyes here. I'm gonna make the eyes, exaggerate the eyes just a little bit to make them a bit bigger, because I find that that's really something I notice about Pomeranians, is their eyes look massive because they look like little puppies. And then this mark comes down, comes down like that. And then there's like white all around the eye. And Roxy's looking straight ahead at someone. Really excited to see them. And then okay. And then there's cancel. Let's save. I don't know if I saved lately. So the markings, this kind of actually comes forward like this and then goes up. And this one goes down and actually meets. They kind of have like there's a meeting point here. Okay. The snoot's coming out this way. So let's get this here. See, this smile comes all the way back. I say smile. This, I mean, it looks like a smile, so I'll call it a smile. But this smile is coming all the way back around the whole, like right under the eyes. It's so wide and happy. And I know dogs pant when they're overheated, or I think if they're stressed, but you can really tell that Roxy is just really excited and happy to be outside having a great day. I'm gonna fudge just a little bit around the tongue. So in the image you can kind of see Roxy's mouth in front of the tongue just a little bit, but I'm going to fudge it and say that her tongue is out so far that it's covering that over, because I think it's kind of cute. Okay, so now we've got fur coming out like this. And her ears, I think I drew her ears too big, so I'm going to shrink those down a little bit, and we'll just have tons of fur coming out here. So over here I did the same thing. I made her ear too big. I think we'll do this. And then we have fur coming out this way and going down. And it kind of, the markings kind of remind me of like a collie breed dog almost. Shade this in a little bit here, so, and then we'll put in some highlights while we're at it. And I want that nice brown. Can we get a nice brown? The deep brown color of her eyes. Okay, I think I'm gonna lower this eye just a smidgen. Sometimes getting the eye placement is trickier than you first think. So just trying to get that right before I go into the full paint. I think that looks a bit better. Sometimes even just little nudges can make a world of difference. Okay, so let's get the rest of this figured out here. So maybe I'll go with some white. Because we can always fill in the stuff later, but if we get it figured out now, it might help me in the long run. Okay, so it's all furry. In this shape. I'm gonna imagine that it's kind of a bit like this. And I'll use a bigger brush to fill in that area. Now that we have like the texture implied on the edges, we can fill it in here. And we can go in with like a little bit of a gray later to imply more texture. And this can be like a bit thicker fur, kind of. Well, there. One thing I gotta remember is like I could, and maybe I should have made like a separate layer when I just did that, because I kind of went over my work a little and covered it over, but not a huge deal. Mo says, I asked Krista what kind of dog Roxy is, and she said Japanese Chin and American Eskimo. Oh, I've never heard of those dog name or breeds before. Very cute dog. Okay, let's fix these markings up here, because I think I got a little... Okay. How do I get rid of this thing here? There we go. Yes, she sure is adorable. I think there's kind of like a little bit of fur going along here too. There we go. I think that was what was confusing me. Yeah, let's get these. There we go. I really do like drawing like pets or animals or just illustrations in black and white, because you can really, like, I find I'm just a little bit better at my creative mark making when I don't have to worry about switching colors and things like that. And I mean, any practice is good practice, and I'm going to get better at all of it in time, but yeah. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I think I made this shape too big, so I'm going to cut in a little. Okay, so all underneath is a lot more. I'll do a little bit of white here, but underneath is like a bit of a darker white, so I will come back to that in a moment. Let's get this here. And there's a little bit of dark fur, so we're coming down, and it's like right here, right above the It looks like there's like a little smidge under there somewhere too. Okay, let's get this white color back, and we will get some of this fur going on. All down this side is really bright. And down on this arm too. I really need to figure out a better way to do my, oh, I'm on the wrong layer again. Classic. Maybe I'm just zooming in a lot closer today. I'm not sure. Okay. We'll do this whole little top of the paw that color, and we'll get this side of the paw that color. And let's start getting into this area. So although the fur is white, it looks like it still looks white, but it's actually all gray just because of the shadow. So let's get all that shadowed fur in here. I'm gonna up the size of my brush a little bit because we don't have all day. Nope, not that layer. Almost got me again. You know what? I think I'm gonna pull that paw in like a little in, like in a bit more even. So I'm just adding some darker mark making to really imply all the fur that's going on. Let's get this pink. Let's see what this pink is. Okay. So, okay, we've got this color here. And then I think we can maybe even go a bit more saturated and darker for this part here. And even a bit more for the shadow and the line. Coming along. So let's get the rest of this area around the nose. This is gray here. We gotta get these markings too. There's like a couple of little gray marks, little like spots almost. So there's one here, there's one here, one there. And this is all kind of gray. I made it too white around the eyes, so I'm just lightly going in and trying to do that. And she almost has like like eye makeup on, like she has the, and I find some dogs do have that, like just kind of almost like eyeliner. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times while drawing other people's pets too. Like they just have this like beautiful kind of dark line around their eyes. Okay, let's get this here. Let's draw these little toes in. And it looks like there's a couple little spots under there too, so let's see where we're at here. I mean, it's looking pretty cute, I've gotta say. Cute dog with cute picture. Get some of these lines in there. Maybe a bit of too bright. Maybe a little bit of fur expression on the, like, highlights on the head a little bit. There, I think we're good. And then I think I'm just going to do a little shadow underneath. I'm just filling in behind, because on this drawing I didn't do that at the beginning. I was like fill in a back color, so I just doing that really quick. There we go. Save that. And call that one complete. Okay, who's next? Okay. It looks like this one is a cat named Maisie. So I'm going to make a new folder and a new thing. And drag Maisie over. Boop. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. So Maisie's sideways. Oops. Okay, getting a little away from myself here. Thank you, Roxy. You were a wonderful model. Maisie, it's your turn now. Maybe Maisie likes being sideways, says Chrissy. Maybe Maisie does, but for this purpose, Maisie shall be right side up. Okay, so we'll get my favorite little sketchy color in here somewhere and get my brush tool up. Chrissy says, have a great day, Roxy. I hope Roxy is having a great day as well. Okay, so sketch time. Ears. Here. There we go. Good cat shape. Nothing like a good cat shape. Nothing like it. Okay. I wonder what Maisie's looking at. Whoops. Yeah, that's an A+ cat shape right there. I agree. A little bit of bling here. This is a very good cat shape. Wow. Good job, Maisie. Oh. There you go. See, it's at this point of the sketch I'm starting to get suspicious that I did something hilariously wrong, and then when I look I'm gonna be like, oh. Okay, so this leg comes down here, and this leg comes out like here. I've got a shape here. She is very dainty, I agree, Wendy. And we got these cool markings. There's like a black stripe here, which is really cool. Very cool, Maisie. Well done. I think your tail is actually coming up here. Okay, I think we're almost ready. So this is a dark shape. This shape is here, like this. Wait, like this under the armpit, and then wrapping around here like this, maybe. Shape. They almost touch. And there's also a little bit of a brown shape here. Let's get these hair, these head markings in as well in the sketch phase, because it might make it easier for me when I'm painting. Okay. Chrissy says, I love calicos so much. Is there a little bit of a bias here that I'm sensing, that you might have a thing for calicos for like a specific reason? Maybe? Because calicos are really cute. And I hear they are so perfect. They never do anything wrong. They don't cause any issues in the home. Right, Chrissy? The perfect angelic kind of cat who never ever would consider doing anything wrong, like never knocking anything off of anywhere or leaving special presents in her tower or anything. In case anyone's curious, yeah, Chrissy has a calico cat who's an angel, by the way. Chrissy says, seething. Yes, angels. Perfect angels. yeah, exactly. So good. Okay, so let's start the paint. So I'm going to add in a background, because that's what I should do every time at the beginning. I've learned my lesson. Oh, I do like that blue. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pull this blue, and we'll start with that, because I think that's my favorite color that we have, that we're seeing in this background here. And then maybe we'll just do kind of like a beige for the rest of it. Maybe a lighter. Okay, I'm not going to draw the window or any of that stuff in there. I'm going to spend more time on Maisie. So I'll just do a little bit darker for the shape of this bed or whatever. I think it's a bed. I don't know why I said or whatever. Whatever this strange, mysterious object could possibly be. Okay, so let's make the sketch more faint. And let's begin with just a... Oh, interesting. So with the light refraction and everything going on in this image, Maisie's fur is registering as like a green color. I think I'm gonna fudge that and bring it over to a warmer color instead. But I'm gonna use the same... Oh, that looks muted. against this background. So I'm going to pull it up and more saturate it a little bit. Okay, so I think what I might do after this layer is move to a different layer, and that way if I need to lighten or darken this base color, I can more easily. Let's just hop right in and get these shapes done, and I'll focus on the face. I said I was going to go to another layer and I totally didn't. There we go. There we go. So the black shapes. Let's see, there's one on the tail. There's another one on the tail. And then we've got the collar looks black. I'll try and make that look more like it's getting tucked in behind in a minute. There we go. Let's pull this orange color. I think we need to make it a bit more saturated. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Sometimes you pull a color from an image and it just doesn't have the right look. Because you've pulled from a very specific pixel. That's the beauty of being able to choose, like not feeling trapped in what the reference is showing you. And there's like this beautiful highlight on the tail. Let's just draw that in there. I like this like pink color shining through. I can't remember what that's called. Light, like when the light's shining through skin. I can't remember the term for it. I'm gonna do some like stripies on the orange bits because it looks kind of stripy. I'm assuming. Okay, let's zoom in here and let's work on the face. So Maisie has pinkish nose, so I'm gonna get a little bit more pink here. Little bit more pink here. All right. We'll do the nose. Maybe a little lighter. Or that might be light enough. That's pretty good color. So we'll get a little pink nose in there, and the lip. Little lip. Let's pull in some really bright color, like some really whites to define the features here. Like under the chin, like you can see where the light is hitting her fur. And actually, and then, yeah, so I'm drawing in where the light is hitting to really push the shapes away from each other. There's even some like light under her tummy and on this fur here. And like her paws are illuminated too. let's get the eyes, and then I'll come in with some darker colors to also emphasize the face. I think her eyes are pretty, they're a green color. I'm gonna saturate them a bit to really push the green. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull in some lighter colors in here too. Actually, I wanna, oops, cancel. I wanna be on another layer. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer anyway. Perfect. I almost feel like Maisie's looking a little judgmental here, and I don't know if that's accurate, but I'm getting some like questioning vibes in this one. Like, what are you doing? What are you even doing over there? Okay, so let's get some other green colors in here. I think I might need something like this for. And we'll get the black. Let's pull this black specifically. And then we'll get the outline and the pupils. We want to highlight. Let's turn this off so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so now we're defining shapes with a darker color. I think we might even change the shape of her head here as we come around. From Wikipedia, subsurface scattering. Yes, that's exactly it. Also known as subsurface light transport, is a mechanism of light transport in which light that penetrates the surface of a translucent object is scattered by interacting with the material and exits the surface at a different point. So yeah, that's what it's called when you're looking through, like if you're looking at light like through your fingers and you see like that orange glow, or like it can happen like in your ears or like even someone's nose, but when you're looking and you see that red, that's the subsurface scattering happening. Thank you, Chrissy. Have you been looking that up this whole time? And that's the effect we're seeing on Maisie's ears, which I'm going to give a little bit more attention to. Actually, I'm gonna do this a little bit because her nose is not that big. And let's get a darker color for the nostrils and her little line and this little shadow. And zoom back out. Okay, I think I need to fix her eye. Where's her eye? There it is. So, luckily in digital, we can lasso a whole part and then just like nudge it where it needs to go. I said nudge it where it needs to go, please. I'm on the wrong layer. There it is. Yeah, because she's even got her head tilted a bit. So let's zoom out. That looks a lot better. See, like, sometimes just a little nudge here and there can really make a world of difference. I think I said that exact thing, like, a few minutes ago. Okay. Thank you, Chrissy, for looking that up. Okay. Just darken around here, because that part's in shadow. And we'll darken up a bit here. Let's move Maisie up a bit. And then we can get in some lights and then we're almost done. Let's see, let's zoom out here. Very cute, Maisie. Where are we at for time? 3:37. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna call this one here. I think it looks pretty good. I think we've got a very cute face going on. And I'm gonna make sure that the whole drawing is on the correct layer. Classic. There we go. Thank you, Maisie. You were a lovely model. And, you know, if if anyone prints out this image, you can always tilt it sideways as the source image seemed to be, if that is what you want. Okay. So, what the? Oh, this is supposed to be 13. Okay, so we'll make folder 14. That's not a folder. Have a great day, Maisie. Yeah. Okay. So let's grab. Okay, so this one's an interesting one. This one's going to be a bit of a challenge. So, in this image, we have 4 pets, 4 dogs, but we only have 20 minutes to complete the image. And here's a reference for one of the dogs in the image. So, we've got 4 dogs. Okay, and the picture's kind of small. And then we've got this image. I think this dog goes here. I hope I'm correct. Jody, if you're watching, I mean, this dog kind of looks like this dog. Let me see. Time to get abstract. Yeah, 20 minutes to do 4 dogs is a quick turnover. I feel like I need to check my message with Jody just to make sure what I'm doing is what she's expecting. For farthest one on the left. Oh, okay, I think I'm swapping a dog out. So I think the dog that's like the leftmost is my left hand. Okay, the dog that I'm covering, I think, is a different dog, but we're swapping in for this dog. So we're getting a bit creative here. So let's shrink this dog down to where perfect covering size, and we'll just stick that dog's head on this dog's body. Okay. Here we go. Let's see how we do. So here we go, sketch time. So we've got one dog here. Oops, cancel. I keep hitting the wrong button here. Let's zoom in. I might do smaller sketches and then just make them bigger. So we've got one dog here. He's got a little nose, looking up, big smile. Okay, here we go. And little feet converge down here. And they're in bars. So let's draw the bars too. So pull that up for a second. So we've got this big one and this dog standing on that. And then we've got, we're just gonna make them straight up and down. We're not getting fancy with this stuff. We don't have time to waste on fancy looking bars. And we might end up fudging some bars if we have to. So we're gonna say there's one less bar than there is. So there's a dog head here poking out, being like, what is it? What's happening over there? Oh, I triggered my cat to speak. That's it's kind of I ask her what is it all the time in a similar tone of voice, so she's like responding to me. Okay. There's a second dog. This dog's looking over this way. Mouth open. Oh god, 20 minutes is not long enough. Okay. And then the legs going down here. And then we've got this dog. So I'm going to draw kind of the position of this dog. And then we'll swap in this dog's face. So there we go. And then put a little bandana. Okay, so there we have our base sketch. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to make it bigger because we only care about these dogs. We don't care about the background, I think. We don't have time to care about the background. I'm going to move these up. Shrink them down. Yeah, and in the end I might have to crop this one. We'll see. Okay. So let's see. Let's do the back green. So I'll move the references up, obviously, and then we'll do the bars that we're worrying about. We'll put them on this a separate layer here. It's okay if they're big, that's fine, but we want these ones smaller. Oops. Yep. And now let's start painting puppers. So use new layer, save this. Okay. I might pull my colors from this dog for them because they'll be brighter, more visible that way. I'm gonna put these in a folder. Okay, let's start with that dog. I'll pull it down like this, zoom right in. There we go. Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, they do have a definite barbershop quartet kind of feel going on. Okay, so this plane. So right now I'm trying to communicate a lot with my mark making because I don't have, I don't have the time to really get in there. I'm gonna pull another color from this. I'm gonna use this dog as my color palette. Let's see how dark that is. Might have to lighten that up, but at least I'll get a backfill color for the dog set in stone, and then I can work off that. I have not taken a break yet, Wendy. I'm going to, I'm working till 5 today. How many did I do so far? Let's see, I'm on 14. So I did 11, 12, 13. This will be 14. So yeah, I want to get this one done and one more done today at least. So that'll bring me to, I think the next one's a cat, which should be a bit easier on me just because I'm better at cats. Or I guess faster at cats. Just because I draw them so much more. So I guess maybe I'll do part of this one and then I'll take a break and then I'll come back and look at it and then finish it off and then we can... I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh no, I'm getting in trouble for not taking a break. They found me. Okay, I'm gonna take a break after I finish this one dog. Just this one dog, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll come back. Stretch my legs. Just one dog. Okay, dark ears. Okay, and then we're gonna do dark nose and a smile. Let me erase around the head a little bit. Bonnie, you got Art Junkie. Just one more, I promise. You got flagged. It was like potential bullying. That was kind of funny. Okay. For the word junkie, I think it was thinking that it was probably in a negative context usually, but that's kind of funny. Okay. Okay, let's see. So I want to use my eraser to carve out some shapes to communicate the side of this doggy's face. I'm going to turn off my sketch, see what we got. Okay, I'm going to fix it up just a little bit. And put in a bit more light color here on the top. On the side of the head. And over here. You can tell this dog is a very curly dog. So I'm just doing a little bit of, curly mark making to get that furry texture communicated. And a little bit on top of the posies. And we'll call this dog complete in a second. Just a few more strokes. Just a few more. Okay, so that dog is done because we don't have time to get fancy. And I'm going to take a break and then I will come back and we will get the rest of these dogs on the look at them done. Finish the rest of the dogs. Okay. All right, I will be back in 10 minutes. At 4 o'clock I will come back and then we'll finish this piece and hopefully finish the next piece and then that will bring us to round 5. Or at least probably around, because after this I'm going to save them off, send them off to people. Anyway, I've got more stuff. I'm going to go take my 10 minutes. I'll be right back. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Hello. I tried to come back gently in case Chrissy had the stream running, and then I scared the butt off them. But hopefully I didn't scare them too bad. If I did, I once again, Chrissy, I apologize. Okay, so... Okay, we're back to this drawing. Here we go. Okay, next pupper. Chrissy, you're there. Did I scare you this time? I tried to be good. Okay, so let's move the references over. Actually, what I could do is... This is a mask. Does this work? There we go. So I can erase each kind of section as I do it. It's not like permanently erased, it's just kind of like hidden. Okay, so now we'll do this dog. So this dog I can zoom out for. And we'll grab a color from this dog again. And then we'll go, okay, so the head, oops, wrong layer. I didn't scare Chrissy, but I was listening. Okay, let's see. I didn't scare them, but they were listening to a podcast and thought one of the host's partners wandered in and was confused. Oh, I do have a voice for podcasting. I will admit it. I think you know that better than anybody. So anybody else who's listening, me and Chrissy actually have a podcast together. We're on hiatus right now because of COVID and everything that has gone on, but we do a maritime supernatural podcast where we talk about spooky stories of the Maritimes that we've come across. Yeah, so that's something Chrissy and I have been up to. I think we did it like a few years ago, like in 2019, and we got a good few episodes out. And yeah, Chrissy says we got to get back into it. That would be lovely. I do have another story written out that we didn't get to do yet. Okay, so let's see. So I'm just drawing around this dog's snoot. And I'm going to fill it in with brown. And if we have time to do more definition to it, I will take that chance. But for now, I'm just doing basic shapes. And I'll try and define it a little bit, but we're just trying to get it done here. I'm going to pull a darker color from this dog. And we got the nose up here. Actually, it's up even a little bit higher. And the eyes are kind of like, what? What do you mean you're not coming over to give me pets? What the? How rude. How rude. You're over there taking a picture, not even coming over. And then down, across here. Get this color in here again. And then maybe this color. We'll do kind of like this. And we'll get in them. See, you can tell I'm concentrating because my speech is just like failing me. I'm not saying real words anymore. Okay, shade all this in and let's get a dark color. This can be for the ears. So these are just pointed down like this. This one. And then we'll go down, so it's kind of furry. I'm doing a furry texture. I'm going to move this over a little. The fur sticking out. And then the feet are hidden behind this thing here. Actually, the dog might even be sitting down. It's really hard to tell. So we'll just fill this in. Black here, so the dog could be sitting down. I'll define the area a little bit with my pen strokes. Let's get rid of the drawing here. We'll see what we got to work with. Okay, and then I'm gonna fill the mouth in with a dark color, and then we're gonna put in the little teeth here, and we're gonna put some not like that. We're gonna put a little bit of highlight in there. Not like that either. Let's see, how do we do this? We'll put a couple highlights in this dog's eyes as well. A couple, we'll leave that dog's teeth out. Okay, so the eyebrows. And the cheeks. Let's get more dark colors here. So I think I made the head too high, so I'm going to shrink that, and we're going to go like this. There, I think that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, so yeah, we do plan on doing some more episodes, Mo. I'm excited to get back to that. And yeah, I'm not sure when yet. We're both super like our lives have been hectic. I mean, everybody's lives have been hectic. So I think everybody kind of can empathize with that. But we do plan on someday returning to the adventures of spooky maritime stories. We're both still very passionate about them, and that's definitely something we want to get back to. Okay, I think I gotta call this dog down. I don't think I'm gonna get... I think this is a bit darker. I think it looks better without those extra things in there. And we'll just do a little lip line there. Okay, next. Sookie baby dog. Yes, this definitely looks like a Sookie baby. Chrissy says, I'm off work all summer after this month, so we could definitely meet and make a plan for MSN then. That'd be great. I'm actually super, super busy, so we'll have to discuss and see what we can do. Because I know you've been taking on the brunt of the editing, which is in my opinion, the hardest part. It is for me for sure. I know that you're better at it than I am, so that is a bit easier, but that would be great. I would love to talk about spooky stuff. Okay, so this dog, let's get a brown color. I can't tell what color the dog is. There's like a what is that called? Like a QR code kind of overlaid with this image. So let's see here. So there's a mouth and like above the eye marks, and then the snout kind of is like this. Okay, so we got kind of a face going on here, and that's good. So that's what it's, you know, it's nice when dogs have faces. That's really good. I can't really tell what's going on with the rest of the dog though. I know there's some fur here. There's some fur here. So we'll just have to say, we'll just get a big brush. I'm gonna put behind. Get a big brush and we're gonna fill this in with a dark color because I can't tell at all what's happening behind there. That's okay. So we're gonna fill, actually we need a darker color I think than that. We need, yeah, that's what this looks like. This dog kind of reminds me a little bit of like a red panda kind of colors. I mean, maybe the dog is that kind of brown color, so maybe I'll bring this brown down to kind of get that in there, and then we'll get this nice dark color and we'll draw in the features. So we got a nose. I'm gonna zoom in a bit more, see if I can see what I can see. Okay, so we got a nose here, which is also good. Dogs like having noses if they can have them. And this eye is like, come over here. Hey, hey you, hey, hey. And then I'm going to shade in the mouth, and then we can get the tongue and teeth drawn in. Let's get this nice bright color here. This will be for the teeth. Actually, let's do the tongue first. Is this a good tongue color? Where's my drawing? Or where's my reference? Here we go. So let's get the tongue in here. And then we'll do 2 teeth coming up. And then a little row of the dangerous little tiny teeth. And then we've got some more teeth back here. Maybe some highlight on the tongue. And we've got little highlights here. And maybe we'll do a little bit of fur around here. Oop. Okay. And little bits of light fur around the muzzle. And it looks like there's like a white spot or something. I hope this is part of the photograph and not part of the image above, but yeah, it looks like the dog has maybe some white markings in here. It's hard to tell, but hopefully, I mean, that's pretty cute. Let's see. I don't really know what's going on, but I think this is like an ear is here somewhere. So let's fudge it a little. Can I erase this? Oh, I don't want to erase any of that dog. Let's get rid of some of this fur, and we will use the dark color to kind of pretend that this is an ear, because I think that's where an ear belongs here. Okay. Okay, so we got 3 dogs done. And then we've got to just do the last dog. So let's pull the reference over, and we'll put it up here. We're going to lean heavily on the reference, but also on the sketch, because if you remember, we're mixing 2 dogs together to get this one dog. So let's draw in the nose. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting into detail. We don't have time for a lot of detail. And this dog has really got a lot of beautiful long fur, and I love this kind of texture here. So I'm going to capture some of that. And let's get the eyes. So do eye here, and then there's some fur kind of up and around, and they're kind of looking, wondering what's going on. They're wondering, how did I get out on this step? I thought I was indoors on the carpet. Okay, and here's another ear, lots of long fur. Okay, and then we're gonna pull maybe this kind of in shadow color here, and I'm gonna put it in behind. I'm going to fill in with that. Chrissy says, we got kind of a face going on here, so that's good. I love these out of context, half paying attention Jill quotes. Yeah. Yeah. It's like trying to, whoa, that's not the color I was expecting. Oh, neither's that. What am I doing here? Okay, so we'll go with this brown. I gave myself like Radiohead vibes, like you know the song Creep. I don't belong here. I can't start singing because my cat will freak. I can't tell if my cat loves it when I sing or hates it when I sing, but she always reacts. Like she'll be like, "Arr," and then come over and come see what I'm doing. And it might be because I think my singing register is similar to the tone of voice I speak to my cats in, probably like the high pitched, like hello, and they're like, you mean me? I love when you talk to me. I love when your attention is all on me. And I mean, we can relate, right? Everybody, like, I love when your attention is all on me, you know? Just very relatable cat feels. Okay, so we're just getting the... Another tricky part about using two different photos for a reference is just trying to get the lighting to look normal, and that's kind of tricky because if you have... How do I explain this? If you have two photographs and they're in different lighting, all the colors are going to be different for each of them, so it's hard to tell what's the true color of whatever you're drawing versus what you're making up and what you think you see and what you actually see and all that stuff. So now I'm just fudging things. Oh, I forgot we were going to put this bandana in here. That helps actually because then I don't have to try and figure out as much body. So we'll put fur poking out over it, and it's plaid, so we'll just do a couple of stripes on it. Let's get rid of this sketch here. And let's put some highlights in the eyes. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, we have 4 dogs. Miserable that they're not able to do what they want to do, or they're, well, this one looks really happy. A couple of them look super happy, and a couple of them, well, one of them looks kind of sad, kind of wanting attention, and the other ones are just like, I'm just happy to be here. I don't know why you look so sad. Why aren't you excited? And then we'll put some shadows just so that the background doesn't look too out of place. And then I'm going to do one last final thing where we're going to put a bit of a bright, like kind of like a gradient coming down. So that's like where the color slowly shifts from one color to the next color. Yeah, okay, I think we're going to have to call that one done here because I've spent more than 20 minutes on it. Okay, perfect. It's the best I could do with the time I have. Okay, number 15. So we'll make a new folder. So thank you, puppy friends, for your service. You did great. Great models. And now we're going to move on to... Whoop, I almost threw my pen. So we have 2 photographs for reference here. And I don't know... Oops. Oh no. I don't want to copy to desktop. There we go. So this is a nice floofy kitty. I think this is Jess's cat, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, Mo says, I have to go tech support for my great aunt now. Have a good evening. Oh, have a good evening, Mo. Thanks for watching. Wendy, thank you. Wendy's saying that it was so good. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, so I think we're going with this picture, or let me I'm not sure which one Jess wants as the base photograph and which one's the other, like the one that's just to kind of assist, because she might want this pose. So I'm just going to see if I can check, or let's see. Because I think the... Wendy, if you're listening, can you check and see if this is Jess's cat, and if she wants the one with the cat on the chair or if she wants the one with the cat on the red blanket. If you could be so kind as to check that real quick. I'll just get started a little bit here. So I'm going to pull both references over. And it is Jess's. Okay, thank you, Wendy. You're amazing. You are MVP. Okay, I'll copy that one, copy this one over. Okay, so, ooh. So we've got 2 kitties. The poses are fairly similar-ish. I feel like I feel like the one with the chair is kind of cute, but maybe I could use like the red background as like the other source. Okay, so Wendy's asking now. Perfect, thank you, Wendy. Cause yeah, I think like the bright red with the fur really works well because it really like gives me like it's kind of like punchy, and then but this pose I think is really like just really cute because you see all the little feet tangled up together and the little face with the light shining on the nose and the eyes. Chrissy, you missed the. Here, I'll show you real quick the end of that one. So here's where we ended up for the 20-minute 4-dog portrait. So foofy is the cat. Yeah, the cat is so foofy. And okay. So yeah, I think we've got a bit of time though because I'm working till 5 today on this. So I still have I have a good chunk of time. Okay, I'm going to choose. So I'm making an executive decision. I'm going to mix the two together and I'm going to go with the chair picture and then we'll use the background from the other picture. Okay. And if we're wrong, we'll flip it around and the poses are similar enough that I think we could get away with it. Oh, sorry. Do you hear my cat down here being angry with me? When she hears me like giggle or anything, she'll just like there. I do think it's like echoing her. Like she's kind of responding to sounds I usually make at her. Because 9 times out of 10, when I look at her, I'm kind of like giggling a little bit because she can be so cute. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little trick here to try and see if I can see better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a correction layer for brightness, and I'm just going to do it to this layer here. Where did it go? There it is. It's on my other screen. Okay, so I'm going to up the brightness of it. And then I'm going to snap it to that layer. So that way I have one that's a bit brighter so I can see, just see what's going on a little bit better. So let's get this sketch going. Okay, so we got a head and the shape, the overall shape is a little bit like this. And we've got puff tail curling up. Okay, so do this. So I'm just focusing a lot on what I'm seeing and just trying to translate that as best I can. Okay, so I think the foot's like around here. And then there's a paw over the foot in the cutest way imaginable. And then this arm is coming from all the way back here just to tuck in behind that one. Okay. And there's an eye and an eye. Okay, and then there's a leg here. And the paw looks like it's kind of doing this. My cat's paw does it a lot. So it's kind of like doing that thing where it's like pointy toesies. A little bit. That's the technical, that's the medical term for it, pointy toesies. And then the leg is up like this. And this heel is over here. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere with this sketch here. Okay, and the tail's all floofy poof all the way around, covering the toesies a little bit. Oh, I don't like that line that I made. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. I think we got a sketch we can work with here. I'm gonna make this sketch a lot bigger. And we're gonna snag the, hide this. We're gonna use this as our background reference. So we're gonna say that the cat is on a comfy cushion. Where's my sketch? Here it is. And we're gonna say there's a comfy cushion behind the cat. Lots of comfiness. And they're like snuggled into a blanket. Okay. Now let's get into some paint here. So I'm gonna like I'm trying to make a habit of. I'm gonna start with the background. I'm gonna save it. So we're gonna use that red color. I hid that one. So let's get this red here. Nice big brush. And then we're going to use the eraser to cut away what we don't want. Okay. I'm going to pull in some of these lighter, more desaturated colors as well, because I think even though it's true to life, I do think it's a little bit, oops, a little bit over the top here. So we're just going to define this area as maybe a bit lighter, maybe over here too. I'm going to put all the references into a folder so I can easily turn them off and on. Do like a little shadow underneath the cat. I might end up getting rid of this shadow because once I do the cat might be too dark and it might not work, but we'll see. Okay, I need a color in behind there. So let's turn these back on. Yeah, I think maybe this neutral color will be safest. And then I'm going to just put a little texture on it with some paint strokes. Okay. So let's start painting this cat. So let's see. So that's almost black. So it looks like all the colors on this cat are happening kind of in that lower quadrant of colors down here. So that's good to know. We'll try and get a medium-ish one, and that way we'll have room to put highlights and lowlights or shadows. Make my sketch really faint, and then let's go. Get that shape. That cat ear. That face. Paws. Knee. Foot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put a little trick just to make this background even a little bit less in your face while I work on it, and maybe even keep it that way in the end. We'll see. So what I'm gonna do is make a layer above. I'm gonna use this color. I'm going to fill the whole thing in. And I'm gonna just make it a lot less visible. And that like just mutes the whole thing just a little bit. Okay, so let's get a darker color to start making some definitions. Do the face first. So I'm going to pull the cat in real close. Smaller brush. Okay, I'm going to make this even fainter. So sometimes drawing like a dark furred animal can be a bit challenging just because it's hard to see where all the where the shapes are changing or things like that, and there's a lot of different colors that can kind of make the same thing happen. Like if this was a like an all brown animal on like a brown rug with like low light or something, it would, you know, like there's all kinds of different situations that can cause for difficult to see or like cause an image to be like difficult for your eyes to translate into images. I'm gonna actually rotate this just to try and make it a bit easier on myself, because what I'm doing right now is like I am looking at the reference, but I'm also trying to get a lot of information out of my brain just because what I'm seeing is kind of difficult to translate. So I'm just trying to use a mix of my cat anatomy knowledge and the reference. Oh my god, this cat is really cute. Let's pull this color and see what that is. Let's make it a bit more saturated. Oops. I don't know if you just heard my cat respond to that, but she did. Okay, so I'm getting a bit into like mark making instead of just large brush strokes. And I don't know if that's the best choice, but I think it's gonna work. is in shadow. Yeah, Chrissy says this face is destroying me, ha 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 ha. And then Bonnie says the poor cat is like, why are you waking me up, human? Yeah. Do a little bit more angry eyes. You dare disturb my slumber. Okay, and it looks like his or her whiskers are actually really pale. I should not have done that early. Or I could do it on another layer. Oops. Sorry if that was a really loud sound. I almost dropped my keyboard. My keyboard is like really precariously placed. So, okay, so let's get back to this darker color. Let's see. So, okay. So this paw is kind of, oh, I have a drawing of this. I don't know why I'm not using my reference image that I created. And then there's toesies. Bigger brush, bigger brush. There we go. So, I don't know if anyone would be wondering this, but you might have noticed me calling this paint and like saying, you know, add more paint here and things like that. And that's because even though it is technically digital and it's all just pixels and things like that, the way this tool works, like I'm drawing with a pen on a screen, so it's almost like I actually am holding like a paintbrush, and I find it really close to what it feels like when you're actually painting. Oh, this is really hard to navigate. There we go, because I have this screen tilted, so okay, there. So to me it is like, you know, I'm using paint or whatever, or a pencil or whatever the implement is. It's very close to real life for like how much skill you need to draw digitally is very equal to what this, like what skill you need to draw traditionally. It's all a matter of just getting used to your tools. So if you're more used to drawing with a pen and pencil or a pencil and paper or whatever, you'll be better at that. But it's not like the skills do translate very easily between the different mediums. Okay. So this dark color is like all the way down the arm, and then there's some lighter fur colors going on. The foot is darker. Probably it's in shadow a bit. And then let's see. So let's define this leg. I think it'll look better if it's a bit defined. And then there's kind of dark fur on the leg and under the knee area. let's get a lighter color and then we'll fix up whatever we need to after this. So we've got some lighter fur, especially right here. And then all of this is like lighter mixed with darker patch, like not patches, but like shadows in where the fur covers other bits of fur, I guess. Technical cat science terms. As soon as I start concentrating, my sentences make less and less sense. Okay, this face is too small. Maybe got purple eyebrows by mistake. Not my intention. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna get some fuzzies. Oh, wrong layer. I want to get these fuzzies. Fuzzy toes. And these beans. I don't know if there might be some fuzzy there. Okay, so now I'm just doing a little bit of mark making to kind of make that fuzz really fuzzy. Oh my god. Let's rotate this back to the correct direction so that it's less confusing. Okay, that's coming out pretty. I like how this is coming out. I hope Jess does when Jess sees it. Okay, so let's do the fur tail. Yeah, we're just going for it here. Thanks, Bonnie. Yeah, black fur is really hard to define, but I think we got there. Like, I think we've got like a pretty good idea. I might make a couple of darker bits here too. So I'm just gonna finish this part. Oops, I don't like that. There we go. Just gonna finish this part, and then I'm gonna just come in with like an even darker color, like the same color I did the eyes. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of stuff with that. I'm gonna define these toes a little bit better because I think we want. So I'm adding that there just for a little bit of contrast, because I think we want to draw some attention to those little toe beans because they're really cute. And we want to differentiate, like really show that this paw is on top of that paw and that this paw is over top of this paw. So I'm just adding some shadows here to clarify what's going on. And this is all part of that leg, so I'm gonna really just shade that in. So we have 3 different levels of action going on here. I might lighten it up actually a bit now that I said all that, just so that it's not quite as dark. Okay, I think we've got something here, friends. I'm going to, let's see what this looks like with the bright red. See, it doesn't look right with the bright red in my opinion, but what I am going to do is go even a bit darker underneath a little bit, just to really try and ground the cat on the, like on there. There, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna call that done. And oh, thanks, Wendy. This is one of your best, I think. Thank you. So yeah, I'm going to call that done there. And now I'm going to save these off and send them out. Thanks for hanging out with me today and watching me draw more pets. I'll be back again tomorrow. Probably at 2 o'clock again, and then I have an appointment around 4 o'clock, so I'll be gone from like 3:45 to like 4:15 or whatever, but then I'll come back to finish anything else I have to. Oh, thanks. So it's kind of nice hearing that one around the end is your favorite, because it just means that I've learned some things and that I'm like getting better, you know what I mean? Like every, like, you know, I'm just improving as time goes on. You know, that's what you want to hear. That's what if people were like, your first one was the best one, it's kind of like, oh dear, I peaked early. But yeah, thanks everybody. I will talk to you all later, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna hit save. I'm like talking, and then my poor art here is precariously sitting without saving. But yeah, thank you. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.